Hey friends, welcome to my Minoxidil Journey. Oh yeah, I have a hat on because unfortunately I lost my hair. Just kidding! It's still there. In fact, there's more of it. So let's just get right into it. One thing I want to start with is last week's video. I neglected to mention a couple of things that I wanted to mention. So I also wanted to say that I do take cod liver oil because you want to get all of your omega-3 fatty acids in you. So I take a tablespoon of this every day religiously. And I also use a boar's hair brush. And this brush supposedly doesn't pull your hair out like normal brushes would do. And I have a little trick to show you. If see my beard here, if I go like this, it looks thinner. But if I go like this, it looks thicker. So that's kind of like a little trick. Is the way you comb your beard to make it look thicker. Okay. So let's get right into the results. This is week 4 of my Minoxidil journey, and I use Minoxidil twice a day. Now I am just starting to see a couple of side effects. I did have a migraine the other day, and I've never had migraines in my life, but that was just one day, so that could be attributed to anything. I have noticed dry skin under my chin area and in the beard area, so it causes some flakiness, so I have to keep that moisturized, which is one of the effects. Another of the effects of Minoxidil is that it lowers your blood pressure, so I would highly recommend that you go to your doctor first before you start Minoxidil and to see if it's okay for you to start using it. Now, I have high blood pressure and I'm on medications that still haven't lowered it to the point to where it needs to be. I use Minoxidil and it's still, it lowers a little bit, but it's still up there a little bit. It's not affecting me, is what I'm trying to say. It's affecting me in a good way. So it's like an extra blood pressure pill. So as for results, the other day I got out of the shower and looked, and there was like a ton of hair in the shower. And that was a shedding process. And there was a ton of hair in this, and it was beard hair. And it was probably both hair, because I'm doing the top of my head and I'm doing my beard. So what happens is, you're born with hairs all over your body. And these hairs are called vellus hairs. And they're really soft, fine, light hairs that are really short. Okay? So what Minoxidil is doing, it is where I have hair follicles. I might not have hair follicles on every portion of my skin, but where I have hair follicles that I'm putting the Minoxidil, it is creating these vellus hairs. Okay? If I don't have vellus hair, and you might say, look, Ty, you've had a beard since like day 1 of being on testosterone, which it's almost true. It was actually 2 months in. But I've had patchy spots, and I could never grow hair here or right here in the middle. So now I might never grow hair here. Like, I don't see any vellus hairs right here. Vellus hairs under here, which are lighter and finer. And I can see that I've grown some hairs in here. This is thickening up, which was one of my weak spots. I've got some wild hair that is just right in the middle here, and it's grown out. These hairs are really long, but I'm trying to get them to connect, so I don't really want to cut it. Because usually I keep this kind of trimmed. And I have like an ingrown hair right here, which is one of the hazards of, having a beard is ingrown hairs, and I'm trying to figure out what to do with it because I can't squeeze it out. It's not coming out. I don't know what to do, so it's just kind of sitting there, and I'm going to let it take its time and figure out what to do. So that's basically that there. Now the top of my head, I think is... Alright, so this is the top of my head at 4 weeks on Minoxidil. I think that I see some growth, and I know that this side was my weak point, and I feel like there's growth in there. It seems thicker. I don't really feel like I have to, you know, hide the balding spots as much. And I put it a little over here, and it's really getting thick here, so I think that it's working. It's doing its job, so we'll see what happens. Okay, so a little explanation about what vellus hairs are. I did mention that they are soft hairs, that they're very fine, and you're born with vellus hairs all over your body until you mature, and they turn into what's called terminal hairs. Now, terminal hairs are thicker, usually darker, so it's coarse. Okay, so what happens is the vellus hairs will appear, and they will eventually go through another cycle, and they will die out, they will fall out, and then your terminal hairs will grow in. Now, with using Minoxidil on the top of my head, basically you need DHT to be blocked for this to happen. So Minoxidil is not a DHT blocker. So I would probably have to use Minoxidil on the top of my head for the rest of my life, or until I don't care if I go bald, because once I stop, all these hairs that are coming in, they will start to fall out again if I stop using Minoxidil. But to the contrary, your beard hair needs DHT. So if I stop using Minoxidil, and whatever growth I've gotten from DHT, you will still grow hair in those areas. Pretty interesting fact, I think. So, this is really gross, but I don't think that Minoxidil has caused this. I think tea has, but I can brush my back hair. I mean, it actually feels good to brush it, but that's disgusting. Look at that. And like arm hair. I like chest hair and stomach hair. But, okay, so guys, I touched on a little bit about how dry my face was getting. I have a solution for that. Watch my next video. I created a product that you guys don't want to miss. Alright, I'll see you next time.